Kearney, Nebraska at Yanni Park. If you remember last year at this time, this park was underwater and it was flooded. This year, we're on the opposite end of the extreme and we're actually in drought conditions right now. So we have several different plants in this planting bed. We have several different perennials and we have annuals. We need to remember that both of these plants are going to need more moisture, especially when we're in droughty conditions. The annuals, we're not so concerned about because they can be replaced again next year. But it's the perennials that really are going to need supplemental irrigation, as well as some of the shrubs that are going to need supplemental irrigation. In the absence of rain, we need to make sure that these plants get about an inch of supplemental moisture a week. So we need to make sure that we apply it low. We don't want to try to get it on the foliage if we can avoid it, because that's going to add additional disease pressures and we're going to have problems down the line. Now would be a perfect time to go out and look at your landscape. Double check to make sure all your sprinkler heads are working, especially those drip irrigation in those landscape beds. If your drip irrigation system isn't working, or if your overhead sprinklers are not hitting the bed, now might be a good time to go ahead and apply supplemental water with a hose or with a sprinkler in that area. When it comes to trees, we need to make sure that these long-term investments also get the adequate moisture that they need. So when we look at newly planted trees, a good rule of thumb is going to be a gallon of water per inch of diameter every day for 2 weeks, and then every other day for 2 weeks. When it comes to more established, mature trees, we need to make sure that these trees receive moisture in the absence of rain. And there's several ways that you can do that. You can do it by either using your landscape bed irrigation system, you could do your lawn irrigation system with the sprinkler head, or you could use different irrigator bags where you fill it up and it slowly drips the amount of moisture that that tree is going to need. So you're not out there with a bucket putting a bunch of water down. Whatever method that you use, you need to make sure that you get at least the top 8 inches of the soil moist, because a majority of the tree's root systems are in the top 8 to 18 inches of the soil. We don't need to apply too much water because then it's going to be out of the soil profile and the tree's not going to be able to access it. And we need to make sure we apply it slowly so that way the tree has the possibility to pull it up through its root system. Now is a perfect time to be preparing your landscape for fall. Make sure that all your trees and shrubs and landscape beds are getting enough supplemental irrigation so that way the plants can go throughout fall and winter in a much better state.